Mort Grant looked down at the naked man and tried to estimate how many corpses he'd stood over. Did this guy with the rose tattoo put him over the century mark? Hell yeah, he did. Closing in on 30 years with the Seattle Police Department, more than 20 of them in homicide. He made a mental note to run an actual tally one day. He scanned the kneeling and bound body, saw the ligature marks on the throat, and didn't need a lab analysis to identify the jagged white crystals scattered around the dead man's knees. Mothball crystals, Mort asked anyone listening. Yes, indeed. Jimmy Davila, chief of forensics, tossed a Ziploc pouch into the evidence bag. We got a name? Mort asked. Davila walked over. Wallet says Tony Wagner, address in Bothell, squad car's been dispatched. Jimmy looked down to read the name inscribed on the tattoo. I got $20, says the lady who answers the door isn't Donetta. We got a time. Mort stepped aside for the men with the body bag. Jimmy glanced at his notebook. He checked in around 12:30 this afternoon, paid cash. Of course he did. Mort looked at the bed pillows. Desk clerk see who was with him? Look around, buddy, Jimmy said. This is the kind of place recalling details gets you canned, or worse. Get anything off the pillow? Strand of hair, smear of makeup. Jimmy slid his notebook back in his pocket. Stuff's on the way to the lab. If she left anything, we'll find it. Mort watched the body being loaded onto the gurney. He waited until the officers wheeled it out, and he was alone with his friend. Damn it, Jimmy. Mort kicked the air. This is 7 now. In what, 3 months? Just over. First body was 13 weeks ago. Mort ran his hand over his face and imagined tomorrow's headlines. 7 men murdered in 4 months, all in by-the-hour motels, each strangled before being trussed with twine like a Thanksgiving turkey. Hands bound behind their back and tied to their ankles, kneeling on mothball crystals. The press speculated this was the work of a prostitute and had taken to calling her Trixie, the killer who turned tricks into corpses. You'd think the Johns would be more careful, wouldn't you? Jimmy slung his evidence bag over his shoulder and headed for the door. Some bitches keep right on shopping where their mamas told them not to.